The forest is dark. Shadows move, something howls. The air is thick with mystery, and every rustle of leaves sends a shiver down your spine. The moon, barely visible through the dense canopy, casts an eerie glow on the forest floor. Since ancient times, people have told stories about creatures that live in the space between man and wolf. Around campfires, under the watchful eyes of the stars, these tales were passed down through generations, each adding their own twist to the legend. These are the werewolves, shapeshifters of myth and nightmare. They are beings that embody the primal fear of the unknown, creatures that can transform from human to beast under the light of the full moon. One early story comes from ancient Greece. It is a tale that has been told and retold, each time growing more elaborate and terrifying. A king named Lycaon angered the gods. His hubris and defiance led to a punishment that was both severe and eternal. As punishment, he was transformed into a wolf. This transformation was not just physical, but also a curse that bound his soul to the wild. This story, and others like it, planted the seeds of the werewolf myth. These tales spread far and wide, each culture adding its own flavor to the legend. Across cultures, the werewolf took on different forms. In some, they were guardians of the forest, while in others, they were harbingers of doom. In some tales, they were monsters to be feared. Their howls would send villagers into a panic, and their presence was a sign of impending disaster. In others, they were tragic figures, cursed to carry a terrible burden. These werewolves were often depicted as victims of fate, struggling to retain their humanity. But always they were creatures of the wild, connected to the untamed parts of the world and ourselves. They remind us of the thin line between civilization and the wild, and the primal instincts that lie within us all. The Roman Empire spread across vast territories, bringing with it not just its culture and governance, but also its myths and legends. Among these stories were tales of werewolves, creatures that could transform from human to wolf. The Romans believed in beings like the Veriplaka, wolf-like creatures that could change their shape at will, blending into the wilderness. As the Roman Empire expanded, these stories mixed with local folklore, creating new legends and myths wherever they went. During the Middle Ages in Europe, fear of werewolves grew significantly. The full moon was often associated with these transformations. Witch hunts became common, and people believed that some individuals possessed supernatural powers, including the ability to turn into wolves. The werewolf became a symbol of evil, often linked to the devil and witchcraft, and was feared by many. People believed werewolves could be killed with special weapons made of silver. Silver became a symbol of protection against these creatures. Stories spread of werewolf hunters who would stalk the night, protecting the innocent from harm. Trials for werewolf attacks actually happened. People accused of being werewolves faced torture and often death. These trials show how real the fear of werewolves was at the time. Today, werewolves still capture our imaginations. These mythical creatures have been a part of folklore for centuries, embodying our deepest fears and primal instincts. From classic novels like Dracula, where the supernatural elements are woven into the very fabric of the story, to modern movies and TV shows that bring these legends to life with stunning visuals and special effects. They continue to thrill and terrify us. The suspense and horror they evoke are timeless. The image of the werewolf has changed over time, evolving with each retelling and adaptation. Sometimes they are mindless killing machines, driven by an insatiable hunger and bloodlust. Other times they are complex characters struggling with their dual nature, torn between their human side and their beastly instincts. But one thing remains the same. The werewolf reminds us of the power of the wild, the untamed forces of nature that lie just beneath the surface, and the darkness that hides within us all. They are a mirror to our own fears and desires, a symbol of the unknown lurking in the shadows. If you love scary stories, subscribe.